Greetings, YouTube. So today I have received, some pre-orders have come in, and my Cobra Army is starting to take shape. So I figured it was about time, since I haven't talked to you guys about G.I. Joe Classified in probably a month or so, to drop a video. Number one, I'm going to talk about my new pickups and how you can get yourself some of these pickups, and also kind of just detail how I've amassed my collection, because I see on Instagram a lot and in other YouTube videos and such, people, upset, and justifiably so, about the availability of G.I. Joe Classified. I've maintained that if you think you're going to get your entire Joe collection from going to Targets and Walmarts and getting lucky, to this point, it has been proven that that is not an efficient way for you to get your Joes. It just isn't. You got to go online. You got to put in pre-orders. It's the only way at this point. Hopefully that will change, but I don't know. It seems like that's the way to go right now. If you're into the line, if you like it, if you want to get into it, you got to start online. You just have to. So I'm going to address the whole, Cobra Island fiasco, part 1 and part 2. But I will also talk about how you can get the ones that aren't hard to find or that aren't exclusives, so that you can at least start building your collection. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about here is the Red Ninja. So I was able to get 2 Red Ninjas from Hasbro Pulse when they first were announced, and that was the limit at how many you could get. So I got my pre-order in, and then at that point it was just wait for them to come out. So eventually they did, and I got my first 2. Then I saw, this was recently, probably last couple of months, Entertainment Earth had the Red Ninja up for pre-order, and it's been showing up at different other online retailers for pre-order as well. So I pre-ordered 2 there, and then just within the last week or 2, I got the notification or the heads up that GameStop had these on sale. Not only available, but on sale. They were like $18. So shout out to Professor Bex on Instagram for the heads up, because he's the one who let us know, and I hopped on it and got 2 more. So I got 6 now, and that's about what I wanted. So the Red Ninja, when it first dropped with that second wave, it was kind of a sticking point. It was a complaint because it was short packed in the cases, I guess, maybe like 1 per case or something like that. And Cobra Commander was also in that wave, and he was packed like 3 to a case, I guess. So the Red Ninja was, hard to come by at first, but now it's starting to change. And if you haven't got the Red Ninja yet, you can get them. You can pre-order them at multiple different places. And I'll tell you now that the Red Ninja is a very, very good figure. So that's one order that came in. All right, so the next order that came in, this was also actually from Entertainment Earth, the new Cobra Infantry. So as you can see, and I'm going to compare him here to one of the original ones, one of the Cobra Troopers. And you can see, there's a lot of differences, but there's a whole lot of similarities as well. In case you didn't know, the Cobra Infantry is colored a little bit differently, doesn't come with as many accessories, doesn't have the armband, does not come with the goggles, and also doesn't come with the large rifle. So as far as, changing up what accessories come with it, that's not a deal breaker. I know a lot of people were disappointed that they couldn't get the goggles, probably the most, but it is what it is. if this was the original plan to come out with a variant as an exclusive and then have, troopers for days, then that would have been fine. But the way that they presented this, it made it like your army builders were always going to be exclusives, and that is a huge misstep. Huge misstep. They've fixed it with this Cobra Trooper / infantry, but what about the Viper? What about this guy? When is he going to come out as a regular release? We don't know. They don't tell us. So, got 4 of the infantry guys from Entertainment Earth, and I also have 4 more coming from Big Bad Toy Store. So again, just like the Red Ninja, this infantry, the infantry, the Red Ninja, those guys are not exclusives. They're regular release, regular parts of waves. So they are becoming more readily available for you to pick up, especially this guy. I mean, when this guy first came out for a pre-order, he was everywhere. You could have ordered 5, 6, 8, 10, 12, 20 of them. Like, there really wasn't any excuse not to get any at this point. I saw Articulated Ninja, so shout out to Articulated Ninja. He got his Big Bad Toy Store order of Cobra infantry, and he had like 12 of them. Like, he was dumping them out of the box like they were candy. So if you want it, you can get it. You just got to go online and do it. If you keep going to Target and Walmart hoping to get lucky, you're going to come up short more often than not. And it's the reality of it. For whatever reason, they're not at retail. All right, so real quick, I just want to touch on the Viper here, because it is a travesty that such a great, and I mean great, figure has been the cause of so much controversy. He is by far, one of the best figures to come out this year already. That's within G.I. Joe. That's all, 1/12 scale figures, action figures. It's a very, 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 very good release. For whatever reason, once again, like I said, they made a army builder an exclusive. Now, as you can see, yes, I was able to get me 5 of these guys, but it wasn't because I, was able to just easily get them. I hunted and I asked people and I bugged people and I got up early and I stood in line at stores. I mean, when I reviewed this guy, I told you about the crazy story that happened to me when I was trying to get him. I mean, I understand that not everyone, number one, wants to do that, not everyone has the means to do that. But hopefully, fingers crossed on this one, that, this Viper is going to get the same treatment that they gave the Cobra Trooper, Come out with a slight color variation, but have it readily available. Again, it'd be nice if they just would tell us that that's coming. People would probably stop making rant videos and stuff, but it is what it is. So, real quick regarding Firefly. Of the last Cobra Island wave, which really was just the Viper and Firefly, it looks like Firefly was the easier to find. When I say that, it's not really like it was easy. It just was a lot easier than finding the Viper. Mostly because if people did find Vipers, they bought them all. Nobody was leaving Vipers for the next collector because it's an army builder. So if you saw a Firefly, or if you went somewhere and they had Firefly, chances are you got 1, maybe 2, and then that's it. So it was easier to find for some people, but still a lot of people don't have him and haven't seen him. Just like the Baroness before him and Beachhead, like, these are main characters that should have been released in a wave, not as an exclusive. They need to make that happen soon. People like Firefly, Beachhead, the Baroness, these are classic main cast members, characters that should not be exclusives. They should be readily available. Like how they did with Roadblock. That was the formula to follow. You come out with a regular release of Roadblock and you want to do a variant and make it exclusive, okay, that's fine. You noticed there wasn't a whole lot of people moaning and complaining about not being able to find the Roadblock because it was a variant, not a main look of a main character. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk about each of the figures that have been released for G.I. Joe Classified, and I'm going to explain to you how I acquired them and how you can use some of the same steps to get the next waves and the waves after that, and even these previous waves, now that they're becoming more available. All right, so I'm going to quickly run through these guys. So wave 1 had Roadblock, Snake Eyes, Destro, Duke, and Scarlet. So these ones I pre-ordered through either Amazon or Hasbro Pulse, whichever one I could get my order in, and that's how I got all of them. Wasn't really a big deal, just had to wait for them. For wave 2 with Cobra Commander, Gung Ho, and the Red Ninja. So I told you how I got the Red Ninja through Hasbro Pulse. I also had Gung Ho and the regular release Cobra Commander pre-ordered there as well. Again, not a big issue, just had to wait. Now, sometimes the waiting is a little bit infuriating when you see people finding them in the wild or getting them off eBay, paying the scalpers or whatever, but patience is key here. Talking about wave 3, Zartan and the Cobra Infantry. Told you how I got my Cobra Infantry. Zartan should be here actually today. It's supposed to be coming via FedEx. That one, believe it or not, was actually a Target pre-order. I had Zartan pre-ordered at least 3 places, maybe 4, because I wanted to make sure there was no shenanigans, because we know that with Target and Walmart type pre-orders, sometimes they get canceled for no reason or they get delayed. There's a lot of talk on internet, on Instagram, about the Cobra Vipers that people had pre-ordered getting delayed over and over and over again. And then if you don't catch them telling you that it got delayed, your order can get canceled. As far as Target and the Cobra Island stuff goes, Cobra Island Part 1, to be perfectly honest, I have all of them, but it was because I was hunting like a madman. I was at stores, I was in the know, I had information, and I hunted. I went to a lot of stores, I covered a lot of ground, burnt a lot of gas to get what I wanted. Cobra Island Part 2 with Firefly and Cobra Viper. So Firefly, that one was also actually a Target pre-order that actually came. I was shocked. It actually worked. I didn't have any confidence it was going to work, because I also had the Cobra Viper on pre-order, but I missed one of the delay notifications and it canceled my 2 Vipers. I was pissed off, but luckily I never trusted that system and I was out hunting anyway, so I got what I wanted anyway. The Amazon exclusive for Storm Shadow, it's honestly not one of the best figures they've made, but I was able to pre-order that on Amazon very easily. It came when it came, no problems there. Wave 4, that's coming soon with Lady J and Flint. I have it pre-ordered at 2 or 3 places, just to make sure. I don't leave stuff to chance. I just don't. The Hasbro Pulse exclusives, the Snake Eyes Deluxe figure, when that first was going to come out, I automatically pre-ordered that. I also got the Regal Cobra Commander from there, and as you can see there, the Supreme Snake one. And the only one, honestly, out of the entire G.I. Joe collection that I don't have in my hands is the Prophet Director, or Pimp Daddy Destro, and Zartan. Technically, if he shows up today, then it'll just be PD Destro. So basically what, the moral of this story is that you got to get in on pre-orders with this line, and it's just becoming the way of how things go. I mean, especially with the pandemic and all the different fiascos with stores not having things, you got to get online. You got to get online and you got to go order stuff honestly at multiple places. You can't just depend on one place. You can't depend on one service, because if that one falls through, you're out of luck. You got to have plan A, B, and maybe even C and D if you really want them. If it's not that big of a deal to you, if that's too much work, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but there is a way to have the stuff if you want it. So if you don't do that, if you refuse to do that, then you have to, live with that. All right. If Zartan shows up today, I will get a review of him out. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.